back, everyone. He is a culinary consultant and executive chef, and today he is here to show us how we can make the perfect burger at home this 4th of July. Please welcome back to our home chef, Danny Wackett. Welcome, Danny.
Thank you. Thank you so very much.
We're so excited to have you here because, you know, so many people are having barbecues today, and they really want to recreate that restaurant burger, but it's so hard to actually do. What differentiates a restaurant burger from the one that we are making on our own grill in our backyard?
Well, it requires the same elements. Just those elements we're going to step up a little bit. So we're going to get better quality burgers. The buns and our toppings too are going to be elevated as well.
Okay, so you talk about using better quality meat.
Yeah.
So when you talk about a better quality meat, what do you mean by that?
So we're looking fat content and then flavor of the cuts.
Now, that's a big deal.
It is.
Yeah.
Because you think you're getting better quality meat when you... Can you see I'm passionate about it?
Yeah, I can tell you're fired up.
I wait to get into this.
He loves to grill.
But you can buy the burgers and it's like 90% lean and you
Yeah.
think you're doing the right thing, but I found that's not good.
It's not good for flavor. Fat is flavor, we want flavor. And so we're looking for about a ratio of 70-30 would be ideal. That's hard to find. But
70 lean to fat, the 30 fat.
Exactly right. Exactly
You
right.
usually find 80-20.
You normally find 80-20,
Yeah.
and then you're right. You're seeing a lot more leaner ground beef, which is good. It's healthier, but it doesn't help us in flavor. It doesn't cook up
So
well.
if we want 70-30, we have to ask our butchers then to do it.
You do. And there's a great resurgence in butchery and butcher shops coming around. So definitely go to your butcher shop to get the right kind of grind, the right kind of fat content, and the right cuts.
So we've used 2 different cuts, by the way, in our burger patties that we've made here. So what's the lean and what's the higher fat?
So our lean cut is going to be chuck or round. Today we're using chuck.
Okay.
And then we want fattier cuts to blend that up to add flavor as well. And the most important thing is fat content. And we have short rib in here.
Short rib. Oh my gosh, that sounds delicious.
We're starting.
Well, I can see you guys.
Go.
Could you use like a ribeye?
You could use a ribeye. Now it's an expensive steak cut, but you have a steak burger and it's going to be amazing.
I have a ribeye on layaway.
Do it.
I'm gonna pay it off next July.
And then you'll have the burger to eat next July.
Okay, now to actually seasoning the burger correctly. A little controversial. Do you add the salt in when you're mixing the meats together and then make your patties, or do you add the salt after?
There's 2 schools of thought.
Okay. Yes.
I prefer to salt it before it hits the grill. I just don't want the salt sitting on there and drawing out too much of that natural moisture.
So we make the patties, salt them, put them on the grill.
Get them on the grill.
Okay, and then you salt it when you take it off the grill as well?
I do, because you lose some of the seasoning on the grill from flipping and doing all that stuff.
And
we'll
that's
talk
why
about
people in South Carolina would say, you was brung up right.
That's right.
Exactly.
Hit it again
Extra
with
salt.
seasoning at the end.
All right, let's get these patties on the
let's do
grill.
that.
We have these 2 sitting here. There
And
you
while
go.
you're doing that, can I
salt
put to
them.
bed another huge controversy?
Yes, please do.
And literally, I'm serving my own self here because we have a family controversy here.
Okay.
When you put a burger on the grill, do you multiple times flip it or one time only? I have an opinion.
Oh, yeah.
I just want to know what you think. It's a good
All right, let's see if we're on the same page with this.
You want to keep salting over there?
Should I tell you what I
tend to
do?
leave
And
it
you tell me
alone.
if I'm wrong?
All right, yeah, let's hear what you do. What do you do?
My way is let it sizzle until it bubbles, flip it one time only.
Exactly right. What do you need to keep flipping it
Right,
for? Let it do
agreed.
its thing.
I feel
You're
so
going to get great
vindicated.
grill marks by leaving it alone, letting it sit,
Now,
and then you're
how
not going to
long-
lose more moisture.
How long would we leave it alone and let it sit? I mean, that's what's that thickness? About
So
a half
these
an
are
inch?
8-ounce patties. These are, I think they look about a half an inch or so. These would cook for about 3 minutes on each side.
Okay.
Yeah.
And anything more if it's about an inch, you want to go up in a minute?
Exactly. The thicker the patty, the more time it's going to take to cook and get it to the right doneness. I think we're looking for about a medium rare to medium. Will give us a nice, juicy, flavorful burger.
And then we let it rest because it continues, correct?
Question from the
Exactly.
sideline.
Yes,
What do you got?
yes.
Yes.
So how do you keep it from shrinking up? I noticed you these are nice and big. Mine always end up like
Plumped up. Sometimes you get
Right.
that kind of mound as they
Yeah,
cook
there's no
because the
secret.
protein is going to start to sear
Yeah.
up. Now, one of the things that you can do is put a little dimple in the middle of it, press it down, and that's going to compensate for
That's
when
the
those
trick.
proteins start to
make it
start to
a
shrink and
concave.
season.
But
Yeah,
don't
that's
smash it down. It takes all the juice out, right?
Oh my God, we were just talking about pet
Yeah.
peeves, and
Don't
that
do
is my
that.
absolute
Oh boy, we lost it.
worst thing is, and I get it, people want to speed up their burger, they're pushing it
Right,
down.
no.
But what you're doing is you're squeezing out all the juices, all the fat, and then you get flames and all that stuff, and you lose all your arm hair.
And
you don't need that.
and that's where
Yeah.
the flavor is. It's in the fat. And
Exactly
then you
right.
want to add the cheese. So at what point do you add the cheese?
So I add the cheese right when it's resting because we want to treat it like a steak. That is what it is. So we want to pull the burgers off to the side and let it rest a little bit so the juices flow through the rest of the meat. And that's the perfect time to add the cheese because that ambient heat on the other side of the grill is perfect. So it's not going to continue to overcook your burger,
Okay.
but it's just enough to melt the cheese.
And you let it cook for about a minute.
Yeah.
About a minute.
And that's done.
All right, so we have our beautiful burgers over
Yes.
there. Let's start building this.
Now, when you build it, let's talk about the oft overlooked element,
Yeah.
the bun.
Yeah,
Do
true.
you have a choice of what you like to do there?
Yeah, I think buns are kind of, as you mentioned, overlooked. Now, you could get the store-bought buns, the plain sesame ones, and those are fantastic. Those are great. I find that when you're making a bigger burger, a juicier burger, they just don't hold up. Today, we've got potato rolls for our
They're
burgers.
beautiful.
And they're light, they're fluffy, it's everything you want in a burger, but it's sturdier. So it'll hold up to the weight and the juices of the toppings as well as the burger.
And I noticed you also put the burgers over these beautiful grilled onions.
Because you know what's going to happen? The juices from the burger are going to seep into the caramelized onions, just making it better. You want to trap and encapsulate all that flavor in the burger.
So that elevated the burger that much more
Just that,
by
and it was just a
caramelizing the
simple
onions.
step. Yeah, it's a simple step.
And then this beautiful roasted tomato. Why the roasted tomato?
So I like tomatoes because I try to avoid ketchup, man. It's got all that high fructose corn syrup.
Oh, interesting.
And so what we've done is concentrated the flavors in the tomatoes right here, and it's so simple to do. We just split the tomatoes in half, put it in an oven at 275. It cooks for about 2.5 hours. There's garlic, thyme. You can add
Oh my
rosemary,
goodness, how
extra virgin
beautiful.
olive oil. That's all it needs, and that is concentrated tomato flavor right there for that burger.
So let me get this straight. By caramelizing the onions
Yeah.
and roasting the tomatoes, the flavor is a little fuller and you don't need to slop on mustard and ketchup.
Sure.
Exactly right. Yeah, why would you? Because
When you have all
really,
this.
when you have a great burger, you don't need to mask it or hide it with condiments like
No, you need to
ketchup or-
celebrate it.
Don't get
No.
me wrong. I know people love their mustard,
do.
and I'm with it too. But if you've got great ingredients, you don't need to mask it or hide it at all.
And
And
I
you
have
also toasted the bun, which I love.
Yes,
fantastic.
a little
It's-
butter on there
I
too
love
would be
that's
great.
my
Yes.
favorite thing, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to tell you something.
Is it
Everyone
tough?
at home is so excited for this segment because now you know how to really impress your friends when they come over this afternoon.
Excuse me, are you gonna finish
You guys, oh, there you go. There you go. One for everybody.